Hey guys, what's happening? So today I have been spending an unusual amount of time with a paintbrush in my hand. And I gotta tell you, there are two times when I feel like I'm at my absolute worst. One is when I'm really drunk, and the other is when I have a paintbrush in my hand. And let's just hope that those two things never happen at the same time. Then it'll get really crazy. And while I've been doing this brush painting, and specifically I've been doing detail painting. These are the seats for my Accurate Miniatures 148 B25B that I'm working on. And I'm doing the detail painting with acrylics and having some of the usual adventures with acrylics. I went to dump some paint out of this bottle of Vallejo white a little bit ago, and something came out of it that I have only seen on a really cold winter day when I didn't do a good job blowing my nose and wiping the snot off my face. And I've seen that before. You know, you start squeezing it and nothing's coming out, and all of a sudden you get this long string of some sort of goop. Who knows what it is? But anyway, at this point in my return to the adventure of scale modeling, I've used these Vallejo model air colors in my airbrushes. I've used a Vallejo model color. I've used some of these Testers Aztec acrylics. Try to turn that there where you can actually see the label. I've used some of these Hataka acrylics. Oops, sorry. There we go. Some of these Hataka acrylics. And I have recently been using a lot of good old Model Master acrylics. So, what do I think at this point? What would a perfect bottle of acrylic paint look like? I gotta tell you, it's pretty simple. Number one, it would be a dropper bottle, just like these Vallejo bottles that are nice and squeezable, maybe even a little softer. They'd be a little more transparent, but I understand that these little polyethylene bottles can only be made so clear. But the main thing is they wouldn't have the goddamn label wrapped all the way around, so you'd be able to see how much paint you actually had left. They would not be like these Hataka bottles, which are fairly clear but are really rigid, and there's a correlation there. It's tough to make flexible plastic that's actually translucent. But they too do the silly, stupid thing of wrapping the label all the way around it. They also make it very difficult to get the little nozzle out of the top if you ever want to rinse it out and use it for something else. These bottles are pretty good. They're very squeezable. They're very translucent. But again, the label is wrapped all the way around. At least with this one, I can kind of hold it up to the light and tell with reasonable certainty how much paint I've got in it. So I guess that's sort of getting there. Oh, another thing about these that's great, they come with a mixing ball already in there. So a perfect bottle of acrylic paint would look like that. It would be a nice clear bottle that's easily squeezable, has a mixing ball already in it, doesn't have the label wrapped all the way around it, and it would be filled at this point with Model Master acryl. Now, I know that these European paints like Vallejo and MIG and AK and Ammo have a lot of fans, and to be honest, I haven't tried any of the AK or the MIG. That's coming. I hear they're good, but with Vallejo, quite frankly, the stuff is just so inconsistent that it drives me nuts. Different viscosities, different bottles behave differently within the same product line. Some are really thick, some are really thin. Then you get those days where you squirt something out of it that you can't explain. It's just too inconsistent. I want my paint to behave the same every time I pick it up, no matter what color it is, no matter what day of the week it is, no matter what phase the moon is in, and whether I feel good or bad. None of that stuff should make any difference. And so far, Model Master Acrylic has done all of that. The only issue I have with those guys is that I have to use droppers to put it in my airbrush, which I guess is a first world problem, and things could always be worse, but I mean, come on. It wouldn't be that big of a deal to put it in a different type of bottle. I also hear really good things about Tamiya, and I haven't tried those yet. And part of the reason is because they are acrylic lacquers, which is a bit of a different formulation. I hear lots of good things about them, and I'm probably going to try them at some point. But as for now, I'm going to keep going with what I'm doing and keep using these Model Master Acrylic paints until, heaven forbid, they let me down. So, that's what I think a perfect bottle of acrylic paint would look like. I'd be happy to hear what you guys think, and if you've found the perfect bottle of acrylic paint, by all means, put it down there in the comments. Let me know, because I want to get some. Alright, thanks guys. Take care. Much love.